Everybody has one podcast. We are back.
Yes.
Another week. So much going on in the world of sports. So much to discuss. I'm your host, Jason Flake. My co-host, Lance Reynolds, aka the People's Champ.
What up, Joe?
I start the show the same way every week, man. Thanking the Everybody Has One family for a great week of engagement. We got thousands of views on the YouTube channel, man. A lot of shares, a lot of likes, plenty of comments, as well as all of the social sites, man. Got great engagement on the social sites, so we want to thank everybody for that. That is, everybody has the number one sports podcast on YouTube. Everybody has one spelled out sports podcast everywhere else. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's Threads, that's TikTok, and that's Twitch. Make sure y'all checking in with us on all of those social sites, making sure to like, share, and subscribe. And when you're watching those videos, make sure you're watching them in their entirety. Make sure y'all checking in with us out throughout the week for that content, for those shorts, for those videos. And again, like, share, and subscribe. Put it on your own personal pages. And make sure you're letting everybody know, man, when you see that good content. And make sure you comment, man. And if there's anything that you would like to hear, any topics that you would like to hear us discuss, make sure you're hitting us up in those direct messengers on those social media sites. And we will make sure to try to get those on for you. But without further ado, man, let's get into some of these topics, man. There's so much to discuss, so little time.
Let's do it.
Starting on a somber note, this past week, Rondale Moore, current Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, passed away. Unfortunately, he was found in his home in Indiana, having suffered a self-inflicted GSW. He was currently rehabbing from an injury that he suffered this past season with the Minnesota Vikings. I was going to talk about some of his on-the-field exploits, but as the father of a son who will be 25 in about 3 weeks, I decided that we could table that part of the discussion. I instead wanted to discuss the growing issue of mental health-related loss of life among current and former NFL players. Of course, Marshawn Nealon, he passed away similarly in November of 2025. Aaron Hernandez, of course, his story is very well documented. Junior Seau, formerly of the San Diego Chargers, and I believe he also played for New England later in his career. Javon Belcher of the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are some of the more high-profile incidents that we know of.
Kyron Davis.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. I was just trying to hit a few, but let me ask the People's Champ, man. Is the NFL doing enough to identify and address mental health needs with respect to current and former players?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, man.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have a problem calling the NFL out, holding them accountable when they're derelict. This is a tricky one, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe mental health disorders are as much a medical condition as a broken leg or a severed spine.
1,000%.
But they are exceedingly more difficult to diagnose and identify,
Yeah, I agree 1,000% with you. I think, to your point, you can't really, with me saying that the NFL haven't done enough, I think they're part of a bigger problem. I just think society as a whole has to do more in terms of getting a better understanding of depression, because to the names that you mentioned earlier, the last three that this has happened to, they're 25 years old.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I agree.
And I think it was AJ Brown that was speaking on it, where he said he had similar thoughts when he was 23 years old. And especially America and society, when you're talking men and masculinity, a lot of it is based on how much shit you can take.
Man, I have something very similar in my notes. Yep,
because because we're men.
Yeah, I said men. Men are expected to bear it, figure it out, make it happen, grind it out, meet and exceed expectations, navigate the difficulties, and learn as we go.
And a lot of men don't figure out that they need a little help along the way.
Yep.
Until well past 25.
Yeah. Right.
And a lot of these guys are carrying the hopes and dreams and financial burdens of families plus on their knees.
Yeah.
In some cases, or shoulder, or you name it. So, and that goes for football players. That goes for the exec in the office, or the supervisor on the manufacturing floor, production floor, or pick the occupation. It's just something about the identity that comes with masculinity that you have, or just being a man and just being you just have to be just tough, and you have to, like you say, to be able to figure it out. And people, I think we have to get better collectively at just, when they say creating a safe space, really kind of defining what that safe space is. Yep. What is that?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, because they can say, using the NFL as an example, we got a person on staff, maybe a psychiatrist that you can talk to, and say you are having some struggles.
Yep.
If that gets out, you're not going to convince me that as a society we're not conditioned to look at him different.
Right.
Or that's just how we are conditioned to be.
Yeah.
When it comes to performance, anything performance based. If they think, what's the one thing they say? Even if you're not playing a professional sport, to get out of a funk, get your head in the game.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You get what I'm saying? So it's tough, man. It's definitely easier said than done. I don't know what it looks like.
Right.
The sad part is that it's like the only way to shine more light on it seems to be you have to go through more of these, which no one wants.
Right.
And it's like, what does the NFL, like, what do they do? It's it's like the science is a fluid thing.
Yeah.
And it's ex-players coming out saying that, they don't really do much per se.
Yeah, I mean, everything that you said, obviously, I agree with. We do have to find ways to engage these young men.
Yeah.
And we have to let them know that there are resources, there are shoulders to cry on, there are ears to listen and not judge, there are tools to build and not destroy. And that is a community challenge.
Yeah.
But as you said, not necessarily an NFL one. And don't get me wrong. I mean, some depression is a part of the human condition, right? Some sadness is inevitable. However, when the weight of the world is too heavy, there have to be others to help with the lifting, as you kind of pointed that out. Being a man is hard. And for the young men, I mean, we have to let them know that these problems have solutions. Depression is rage turned inward. And they have to reach out before they make irreversible decisions that will reverberate and impact everyone that they love.
Yep.
The inability to diagnose CTE while an individual is living is really the elephant in the room.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know if it played a part with Rondale Moore or not.
Right.
I do know that it needs to be addressed. and given more serious attention in the years to come. And that is where the NFL comes in.
Mm-hmm.
They can marshal their considerable resources. Currently, the only way to detect CTE is through a post-mortem autopsy examining brain tissue for tau protein buildup.
Okay.
And we need to continue to advance technology so that we can identify, diagnose, and treat CTE in living human beings.
Okay.
Losing our young men is an unacceptable price to pay. R.I.P. to Rondale Moore. Condolences from the Everybody Has One family to everyone impacted by his passing, his immediate and extended family, his close friends, and all of the community members that knew and loved him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that was too bad. That really hurt my heart.
We got to do better, man.
We do.
We got to do better, man.
All of us, man.
This is, that was out of nowhere, man. And
it really was.
Like, we got to really mean it when we say we're here for folks.
Yeah,
like,
no
you can talk to me. Like, when it comes to like anything, like, we've got to be able to like, to just convey to folks like those worst thoughts are just that.
Yeah, man.
And let people know that there are people here for you when that moment pass.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Ah, man, that's rough.
That was, man. So cut your mic on, Neff. We can't hear you.
I said the first thing when I heard the news, the first thing I had to do was I had to go search up those highlights from October 20th, 2018 against Ohio State.
Yeah, that game as a freshman.
Yeah, I had to watch that because I mean, just for me personally, I like to consider myself as I have two home states. I'm a Michigander, and I'm as much as a Floridian as I am a Michigander. And it was just last week was a tough week all around.
Yeah,
just period. So I just, as a society, we just gotta, as a whole, as a society, we just need to lean on each other when possible.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yep, I agree with that, nephew. And yeah, I was gonna talk about that game that he had against Ohio State as a freshman because that was a big one. But football was just what he did. It wasn't necessarily who he was, and I'm sure that the people that are suffering his loss, are they thinking about who he was and what he meant and the fact that he's not gonna be showing up at the dinner table anymore, as opposed to what he did on the football field. I'm sure there'll be time to remember that, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought about that game too. That was the first thing I thought about. Like, man, I remember that game.
Man, he got busy.
Man, he got busy in that game. He was a great player, man. But I'm sure that the community is gonna miss him for, everything that he meant to them. So, yep. So that's that, man. We'll move on to some more some less somber topics at this point, though, because the Pistons and the Spurs, they squared off on Monday.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a marquee matchup, man. For as much as the regular season matchup can be marquee,
right?
Pistons did fall to the Spurs, 114-103. Victor Wembanyama had a pretty big game, 21 points, 17 rebounds, even though he had a rough shooting night, only 6 of 16 from the floor. He did also have 6 blocks. And he altered, several more shots, I might add.
Sure.
And 8 of his 17 rebounds were offensive. Jalen Duren had a nice game, 25 points, 14 rebounds on an efficient 10 of 13 from the field. Cade had an off-shooting night, only scored 15 points on 5 of 26 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3. How did 10 assists and 6 rebounds, but does the result of this game make you unsettled in any way about the Pistons' prospects to win the title, or is it just one game, man? What say the people's champ?
I don't want to say unsettled. I think it points out the obvious to me in terms of if the Pistons don't win, the list of reasons why in my head, like the Spurs do a lot of things on that list. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have the length on the wings, they have the shooting on the wings, they have depth, they they have size.
Yeah.
They're athletic at the rim, they finish at the rim, they get to the foul line. I mean, they like pretty much to be truthful, they do similarly, everything a fully loaded Oklahoma City team does, they just haven't done it as consistently and at a higher level in terms of competitiveness and winning a title.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the pieces that you need, if
Yeah.
that's the model you want to, build after,
Yeah.
I mean, they do that. So in terms of the type of teams that I feel would stop the Pistons from winning, that they had one of those nights where, it could be this. And then what was more, I would say, glaring to me in terms of what we do was the fact that, our lack of shooting really, really, really aired his ugly head. And then it kind of trickled down to the fact that outside of Cade, we don't have a secondary guy that we can put the ball in his hands and he can, let's just say at will, create shots for him and up at a high level.
Yeah.
We got guys that can do it in flashes and spurts. But I mean, just a game manipulator.
Yeah.
We don't have another one of those.
Right.
Where, if Cade's having a 5 or 26 night, that we can still win those games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was the thing that kind of stuck out to me. Like, see, 7 games, a team that's well coached could possibly force us into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when shots aren't falling, then another type of frustration sets in. And then maybe the effort on defense starts to suffer and things like that. So that's where my mind started to gear towards, more so than we don't match up per se well versus the Spurs. I still think we're upper echelon team, and that the record is what it is, and it's earned.
Yeah. In my opinion, it's just one game. K probably won't ever shoot 5 for 26 again.
Right.
I would imagine. And the Spurs shot 45% from 3. This was their 57th game. They've achieved that feat 7 times. And of course, they're 7-0 in all of those games, as you could imagine. They probably won't shoot 45% from 3 very often in the playoffs because 3-point percentages go down in the playoffs. But to your point, we got to do a better job defending the 3-point line as a team. They're not just gonna miss just because. I mean, you have to defend them. And then Jalen Duren got in some early foul trouble, which I thought hurt us. Because as you know, I mean, I believe he's the kind of player, and more specifically, he possesses the kind of body type that Wemby has problems with.
That's for sure.
When you go directly into him, he really couldn't stop Jalen Duren when Jalen got it on the block. And
no one can.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. Right. I mean, yeah, he's turning into that kind of player. But I'm just like, his physicality, I think, he got back-to-back and ones on Wemby because his physicality, I think, is what we need to lean on. And also, they start like 4 wings and Wemby. So it's not like they can cross-match it. He's got to guard Jalen Duren.
For sure.
That would be an adjustment that they would need to make. I felt like if we would have just gone to him early, we might have been able to get Wemby in early foul trouble. But we'll get him again next Friday.
These next 5 games coming up is a nice little funky gauntlet.
Yeah,
2 against the Cavs, Magic, and like you say, the Spurs. There's another one in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland twice. Yeah, Cleveland twice.
Yep. And we missed Beef Stew.
Yeah, for sure.
We missed his rim protection with the second unit.
Agreed.
And because obviously Paul Reed is, maybe the most prepared guy in the NBA. I mean, that dude is a true professional.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about Paul Reed, but I just thought that with the second unit, they just kind of got to the basket a little too easily, and Beef Stew would have quelled a lot of that.
And Beef Stew makes shots.
He does.
He makes shots, and I think that's something that we struggle with to do with with that second unit. Holland made his first couple of shots, and I think after that he ended up going like 2 for 10. But to their credit, Wemby frustrates you, and I think a lot of Cade's, the behind that 5 or 26 was like kind of figuring a Wemby out, like getting a heavy dosage.
No, you're right.
Because they had Wemby on a minute restriction for a long time, so no one have really gotten a heavy dose of them.
Nephew made a good point. That's only our second time seeing Wemby.
Yeah.
He takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
Again, Jalen Duren had a great game, 10 or 13, but he's going directly at Wemby.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to try to navigate.
Right.
Wemby as a weak side defender is a nightmare.
Right.
Because you got to kind of figure out where he is.
And mind you, this is after you're going to have to beat a Stephon Castle off the dribble.
That's what I'm saying.
Or Devin.
Right. And
Vassell,
they got good perimeter defenders. Yeah. Like you got to worry about beating this guy and then trying to find where Wemby's coming from. Where Duren, he just got to, he like, look, this is my matchup. I can just try to go through him.
Right. But whereas, and to your point, whereas like say if it's the Thunder, then there's a Chet.
Yes.
So that was kind of like the blockers that I had watching the game. I had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about or make of the Asar Thompson benching in the second half?
I just thought Ron Holland was playing better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he had
15 and 11. Yeah, 15 points and 11 rebounds. So I just thought he was the better option. I didn't really think anything of it. And my last takeaway before we transition into another topic is that Kevin Huerter is useless in a game like this because he can't shoot. He's not shooting the three ball well. Let me not say like can't. This. Yeah, in a competitive game. Because people like, it's not that. No, see, this is what I'm saying. He can't help in a game like this because he's not shooting the three well, and he's not going to defend.
Find him a stylist.
Right.
I've seen enough.
Right.
Find him a stylist.
Right. And see, this was the problem.
Get him out in Birmingham.
when we traded for him.
Get him in Allen Edmonds.
Because I'm like, the dude is not going to help us. And Pistons fans were arguing with me relentlessly. I'm like, bruh, look at the facts. Forget all of because I understand that we want to trust the management and all of that. I'm like, man, look, I watch basketball. I watch an inordinate amount of basketball. And I know you do the same. I'm like, we watch the games, bro. Kevin Huerter has not been effective for it's been a number of seasons.
4 years.
It's been a number of seasons since this dude has been effective. We ain't just trying to throw cold water on what the organization is doing.
We wish he'd get it back.
Listen, I wish he would catch lightning in the bottle and start popping. But it's not likely to happen. And this was the thing. It was like, no, listen, I don't care about the nights we play the Bulls and Milwaukee, and we gonna smack them teams up anyway. It's these nights where you looking at him over there with his warm-up on, and you like, what did we bring this guy for? Because these are the nights where we need an X factor. We need somebody who can help us, and this guy just can't. I'm like, if you kept Jaden Ivey, at least Jaden Ivey's in the rotation. Right. At least he can defend these guys. Like he's not going to be a liability on defense. And he was shooting 39% from three, and we needed 3-point help last night.
Yep.
And all Kevin Huerter could do was, he got about 75 claps. That's the only stats he put up.
Yeah.
He put up about 75 claps, but at any rate,
it's good for morale.
Yeah.
Quick update. Yeah. I know this game kind of lost some of its luster this afternoon, but currently it's at halftime. The Pistons are up 58-52. Jalen Duren has 18-7.
Okay.
All right. At least they're getting back to normal. I feel like they wanted to fiddle-faddle around there and blow this. But
yeah, I mean, like
still a lot of basketball left.
It was probably hard for them to get motivated, man. They ain't playing nobody. It's hard to get motivated for the other Jalen Williams.
J-Dub.
No disrespect. No, J. Will, don't.
Oh, that's J. Will. I'm sorry. J-Dub is the starter. J. Will is
not.
But J. Will can drop. He can get hot and
he got 30 on
right
now.
Yeah, he can get hot and drop 30 on you now.
Let me not disrespect J. Will, man.
J. Will get hot and drop 30. 25.
But, yeah, man, you're right. This is to your last point. This is a gauntlet for the Pistons, man. So we got our eyes on the situation, man. We gonna see what comes up, man. I'm not reading too much.
Yeah, not a panic button, but like I said, looking at it as a potential finals matchup. You know, like okay, like. And 7-game series, like okay, like how can this wear itself out?
But that's why this key stretch is probably so important because right now, as of this second, you're 3 games behind OKC because of
they just played more.
They played more.
Yeah, they played
but
more.
you if you get the win tonight, if you handle business over these next 5-6 games,
right,
you right back in the hunt of having home court throughout the whole playoffs, which I think is most important to this team because I think we all know if you can get a great Pistons team home court advantage, the city gonna show up. And it might look somewhere like prime Palace days.
Oh, it'll get loud.
Oh yeah,
it will definitely get loud.
Yeah, no, the roof will come off that place, man. No, when the Pistons are good, the city comes out without a doubt. So, yeah, no, I agree with you, nephew.
Oh, man, can you imagine spring in Detroit? Pistons deep playoff run, Verlander back at Comerica.
Yeah, man, and let's see what the Red Wings gonna do.
Red Wings, listen,
man, I'm here for it.
Dylan Larkin coming back.
Don't threaten me.
Can we get the Dylan Larkin that played in the Olympics to come back?
If the Red Wings don't have their customary March collapse, man, they've collapsed in March like for the last 10 years. So if they have a good March or at least just a serviceable one, but let's not go down the Red Wings rabbit hole.
I'm just saying the spring is looking good.
Since we stumbled onto some hockey, man.
Hey.
Let's talk about the U.S. men's and women's hockey bringing home Olympic gold.
A twofer.
Shout out to the U.S. men's and women's hockey team. They both won Olympic gold, women and men. Both won by a score of 2-1. For the men, it was Jack Hughes who did score the game-winning goal in the next possession. It's the first time the men have won a goal since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. Neither of us is a huge hockey fan. We Red Wings fans and not big hockey fans, but this is noteworthy. Does the People's Champ have any in-depth analysis about the game, the win, or the historical context? And also, did you know that us U.S. citizens have such vitriol for Canada where hockey was concerned?
No, I did know that. Like the Canada,
this is new
USA
to me, man.
Hockey
if you sat through 2010, then
the Canada USA hockey beef is real.
Yeah, I'm listen, man. School me.
Just from being the dude that like in my being in my 20s. All those years ago when the Red Wings were good and frequenting Windsor often. Like when it comes to that hockey shit, the Canada, USA, because the original 6, that's pretty much that's what it was.
Yeah.
So absolutely, but now what I don't know is I guess it was a big discrepancy on how the men's overtime was handled with the 3-on-3 versus the 5-on-5.
The traditional,
the traditional 5-on-5.
Man, listen, I can't even speak to it because I'm not sure. Is that a new? Is that new?
Is that a new thing?
I don't think it's new.
Or is it just like is it an international thing?
I think it's
the first time a gold medal was decided.
I'm not because like I said, 2010 Sidney Crosby. I don't want to relive that, but that's the last event of the Olympics.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then the closing ceremonies is 2 hours away.
Okay.
So I think it's kind of like we need to get y'all up and out of here.
Yeah.
And we need to do that. And so I think it's part of the international rules and then part of, we need to wrap this up because we need y'all at the closing ceremonies.
Got it.
I think it's kind of both of those ways.
So they're hastening the end as opposed to, they think that they're not getting a true winner by just doing the 3-on-3 thing.
But let's call it what it is. That was Team Michigan. Yeah. Both sides.
For sure. Shout out Plymouth.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides, because like it's been said, all 4 of the men who's on the ice for the last goal are from the state of Michigan.
Okay.
Including our captain Dylan Larkin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then the lady who scored the gold medal winning goal for the woman is also from Michigan. So
Shout out.
And I believe what Jack Hughes' mom is one of the coaches for the women as
wow.
well, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all through there.
Oh,
But
man, listen.
I think it's definitely dope, and it's definitely has to help to, cultivate hockey in the United States. I mean, they got to find a way to lower the price to play that sport. That's an expensive sport to play.
It is quite expensive.
But to get more eyes on it, I think it should get more eyes on it.
I mean, listen, this is a huge, and where we are is a huge hockey state. This is hockey town.
Mm-hmm.
People love hockey around here.
Michigan and Michigan State are both
very good. Very good hockey school.
Hockey teams.
Lake
right
Superior
now.
State is a great hockey school. So I mean, the Lake Superior State has been to the Frozen Four a number of times. Just probably just as much, if not more, than Michigan and Michigan State. So,
and then also shout out to Layla Edwards, the first African American woman to win an Olympic gold medal as well.
Shout out, let's go, Layla. I didn't even know that, but thank you for that bit of information, nephew. The Lions. Let's talk about the Lions playing over in Munich.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Taylor Decker.
No, we can talk about Taylor Deck Chair another day. It was announced this week that the Lions will be joining the NFL's International Series. They will be playing a game this upcoming season in Munich, Germany.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that the Lions will be playing in the International Series since 2015. What is the significance of the Lions participating in the International Series? And do you feel that the NFL is making any headway into eventually making American football a real part of the European sports landscape? What say the people's champ?
I think it's going to be really difficult. I think with the NFL, again, because it's hard to sell a product without a face.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can't attach your favorite, you have to be a fan of the sport and then the player afterwards when it comes to football.
Yes.
NFL, American football, I'm sorry.
Correct. American football.
Whereas, I mean, let's just be honest, when you look at soccer, some people can just, I mean, so like a certain guy's style or of course there's skill involved and they're great. Right. But it's easier to sell. Like you can kind of pick and choose. You know what I mean with that sport. Whereas with the NFL, it's like, oh God, we got to dig under this helmet. Hope they have a personality.
No, but you're right. I mean, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you're right. When you're talking about personalities, one name, Pele.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. Yeah. Like we know one. I'm not even a soccer fan. I know these names.
Beckham as a house.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. These are household names, and I'm not even a soccer fan. I've never watched an entire soccer match. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we know these names. So no, you are right that the personality comes before the sport in a lot of instances. But I mean,
that's what we do. But no, so I just think it'd just be hard. It's cool for us because, I like when the NFL tries weird stuff and, you can get up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday and watch a football game.
I'm here for that.
Or 7 a.m. It's cool with me.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will have the effect as, say, the Dream Team in the Olympics in 92 and how that led to where the NBA is now in terms of the international appeal.
Yeah.
And the correspondence. I don't know if it'll ever get to that.
Yes. Yep, we agree, man. American football has always been, is now, and will remain an American team.
Yeah, and they make a shit ton of money being an American game. It's like, how much bread do you want? They turn over like a +$5 billion profit like every year.
Yeah, more than that.
I'm being soft.
Like 9 to 11 billion.
But I'm
right. But I think that the marketing makes it a novelty in Europe, but I don't think it'll ever be a stalwart. The international the international series is a conundrum, and I think success is, I guess it depends on what the end goal is. If it's to heighten visibility, around the world for American football, it certainly does that.
Right.
But again, if it's to make it a part of the sports landscape in Europe, I don't think it'll ever be. Frankly, it's too barbaric. We just talked about the CTE thing. You know, that's always the elephant in the room.
Right.
It's becoming more prevalent, you know, as we see more NFL players suffering with these mental illnesses and these you know, these unalivings that surround them.
Well, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Because when you think overseas, you think a lot of, you know, soccer and even golf.
Yeah.
And
they're not ramming into
tennis.
Yeah.
You know,
even with the rugby, I mean, you know, like I think rugby is sort of kind of rough and tumble like that, but you know, you just don't see all of the issues surrounding.
They don't lead with their head in rugby. You know, it's still some type of technique involved. It's high impact, but
and also the NFL has had other public relations issues. You know, that we don't need to litigate at this point. But you know, it's just the nature of the sport is violent, and I just think that it's hard to export that.
Yeah, for sure.
Around the world in general, into Europe,
to Western,
correct, and to Europe specifically, it's just not. It's not. I don't think it's ever going to really happen like that. But you know, but again, like you said, I think if you're just trying to heighten visibility, and it's something interesting and fun for the players to do. You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he speaks German fluently. You know, I saw him on his podcast speaking German fluently with his mother.
Oh, okay.
That was a very interesting look. And I know he's going to enjoy going back to Munich or going to Munich. You know, I don't know if he's ever been. He's probably has. But, you know, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, for football nerds like us, I'm game for it.
I'm here for it. Yeah. I mean, you know, Steve, he texted me immediately when it was announced, like, man, you want to go? I'm like, hey, listen, I'm down. I'm like, I'm always down for an international trip. But,
shout out Steve.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as hard as y'all think it might be. And
what you mean, like to get?
You mean to get it globally? I mean, international appeal.
So I don't think this is the case, and I think the NFL would be foolish if this is how they're approaching it. I don't think they're trying to become the sport of the world. I think at this point they should have come to realize that they're not usurping soccer or football, however you want to call it, in Europe or in South America, because you know you got the Brazil series and all of that as well. But to Uncle's point about, you know, heightening the visibility and whatnot, I believe it is doing that. Like,
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Like they do play football in Germany.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like, and again, like you say with Amon-Ra, like that is a face that they can promote in Germany and promote the game. And trust us, as Lions fans, we're not gonna be mad about a whole country adopting us at all. No. Hey, the more the merrier. Hey, if you want to jump on the train, jump on the train.
Yeah, I'm with it.
But then also to I think the biggest thing that people don't like about it is the logistics.
Right. That's true.
Fans on this side, we're losing we're losing the home game.
Yes.
The organizations is like, we got to adjust the whole week in accordance to that. And most likely, like, so for some team like the Jaguars are playing in London 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
So you got to take that into consideration for the football side. And then the soccer side, they coming over here and messing up our pitches.
Right.
They messing up our field. So I get that. But at the end of the day, those games, it ain't like those games are empty.
No. That's
why I said marketing is.
And even with the college football game that's in Dublin at the beginning of the year, that seems to attract a lot of fans too, even though that seems to be more of the fan bases going over and traveling.
Yes.
But I think there's a place for them.
Sure.
I think everybody just needs to have the proper expectations.
Yeah, for
going
sure.
into
That's kind of what I like said. Me, when I hear, like, you know, NFL, like when they do what they do, I'm thinking like, okay, they're like planting the seeds till eventually like put a team over there.
Yeah.
And it, because they tried NFL Europe before.
And it failed. Yeah.
And it was an epic fail.
Yeah, it was a failure.
So I'm wondering if when I think that I go back to the David Stern model, I know it's a different sport.
Right.
But I mean, just in terms of the initiative of, we're going across the water with our game to put a footprint.
Right.
And an imprint over here. And I just think it would be hard to do.
I agree.
I just think with the NFL, it would just be hard to do.
Yes.
But I do, to Neff's point, I do think it would definitely get more eyes on, and there is a market for it.
Sure. Yeah.
I just don't know the size of the market.
Right. I think there's enough of a market to get fans at a few games a year. And also, you got to remember the NFL has a huge marketing budget. They have a huge marketing footprint and visibility. So whenever they go somewhere, they're going to get fans in the building. It's never going to be empty because they can market, they can advertise, they can promote, they can do promotions.
They can stay in front of your face.
Correct. Yeah. They can do promotions and make sure that they get the adequate amount of fans. So I'm like, the NFL it's a machine. They know how to sell the product. You know what I'm saying? So like, I agree, nephew. I think that it heightens the visibility. It makes them but it's a novelty. You know what I'm saying? It's like soccer over here.
Okay.
Like people will go to a soccer event and they will enjoy a soccer event, and you could get people out to a soccer event, but it's never going to be a football game.
Right.
And that's what football is over there. Football is never going to be soccer over there, just like nephew said. Like, it's never going to be Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to get it like that over there. But you can go over there and take some games and export the sport, and people can come and enjoy it and have a good time, and that can be a part of.
Do you think they eventually put a team?
No.
In another country?
I doubt
across the ocean?
Again, American football is so American. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know that's redundant, right? But it's so our thing that I just don't think that it would be able to sustain itself over there like that.
And logistically, that would just be terrible. Not just for teams that have to go over there to play a away game. For the team
that's over there, oh my God!
Because they're gonna have to do 3-4 weeks at a time.
Right. I was like, you would probably have to extend the NFL season to like 21 weeks just for
just
travel.
For them. Yeah, for them, and right, they'd have to get back every week and then be prepared to play home games. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I don't see how that would work. Well, but man, let's move on to some boxing, man. We got a lot of boxing news this week.
Well, a lot of crazy stuff too.
Mayweather Pacquiao too, man. Over a decade later, Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 is set for September 19th for Netflix pay-per-view. Mayweather now 49, Pacquiao now 47. Last in the ring together in 2015, where Mayweather scored a unanimous decision win over Pacquiao in somewhat one-sided fashion. I'm gonna ask the people's champ, man. Should we expect this fight to be different than the first fight, or should we expect more of the same? What say the people's champ, man? We need guidance here.
Dude.
Thank God it's on Netflix. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bro. It's going to be like the first fight, but 10 years older. And if that excites you, God bless you.
Yeah, I mean, excitement, I don't know if I would describe the way I feel as excitement. I definitely am from the school of thought that styles make fights, though. I would expect that Floyd's skills have diminished very little. Certainly not enough that he couldn't handle another 47-year-old boxer. If he was fighting somebody that was younger, we might be having another conversation, right? But I'm just,
the first fight was 7 years too late.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
like
maybe 4 years. Like I around 2011, I thought that that would have been a good time for them to fight. But to your point, though, like
come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
no, that first Brian Kenny interview on SportsCenter was like 06 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
I'm saying, bro, like, come on, man, like what?
Because I remember vividly where I was when that interview was happening.
Oh man, 10 years after the first late fight.
I mean, 49 and 47 is.
Come on, man. And I get it, man. There have been advances in nutrition and diet, and I get cats be looking good for their age.
Listen,
but performing,
man, look, is. I mean, listen, I expect it's going to, yeah, I agree with you. It's going to look like the first fight, slower. Like it's going to look like a slow motion version of the first fight because they older.
That just don't inspire me, dog.
I agree. I'm like, okay.
But the crazy thing is, it's going to be a lot of people who are going to be inspired by Pacquiao. It was like, you saw how he looked in his last fight. I don't think that fight means anything.
We about to get to Garcia and Barrios. That's next on my list.
Like, well, the evidence shows.
Yeah, and I'm not excited. I am morbidly curious, though.
Come on, it's Floyd now.
I'm definitely going.
Floyd, bring the eyes on him now. Yeah. Let's not be silly. It's going to be a spectacle.
Okay, so before we transition, I got this question for you. Which Floyd fight are you more excited for? The Pacquiao fight or the Tyson fight?
Oh,
again, excitement is not the correct word. I'm a little more curious about the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
I just think he just gonna punch on Mike.
I never want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again.
Yeah,
like
Mike
I don't want to see Mike. I don't want to see Floyd Mayweather fight again, to be totally honest with you. Not at 49. And there's no disrespect to Floyd, but it's just like
he's gonna punch Mike Tyson so many times.
I mean, like, why? Like, dude,
and Mike is not gonna get a glove on Floyd.
And he gonna get mad.
Yeah, right. He gonna be swinging wildly.
See, the thing about it is the Mike and Floyd thing. They're not any thinkers involved. Right. Like this could unfold into some serious bedlam. Like I don't like this. Like
Mike gonna try to tackle him.
Come on, like how long they gonna let this go? Where Mike just gets tired of his face just getting thrown.
I'm telling you, he gonna get peppered, bro.
You get what I'm saying? To the point where
Floyd gonna be peppering.
You remember he was biting his gloves
against Jake
Paul because he couldn't tear Jake Paul's head off.
But I guess he was holding back. He ain't gonna be holding back.
He genuinely don't like Floyd because Floyd talked shit about Muhammad.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Listen, I'm already knowing, but he's just not gonna be able to hit Floyd.
Exactly. So what does that mean? So he gonna hit what's closest to him. like we've seen how that happens when Mike can't get the results he desires. Man, take that however you want.
Listen, but this is you're right. Man, what is the world coming to? what is happening in the world of boxing? Man?
Like,
what is the world coming to?
So to answer your question, nephew, I'm more looking forward to the Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather fight. Because that could be a complete tire fire.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not wrong, bro. I don't know what's going on with that one.
Jamal in the Instagram chat says pure money grab.
Yeah, I mean, all day,
100%.
Bro, all day, both of them.
Shout out Maul. What's up, baby?
Man, let's talk. Let's recap this Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios fight. Ryan King Rye Garcia, Mario El Azteca Barrios, they squared off this past Saturday. WBC welterweight for the WBC welterweight title in an impressive fashion. Ryan Garcia won a 12-round masterclass by unanimous decision. In the past, Garcia has been accused of not having a potent right hand, but he surprisingly dropped Barrios with a hard straight right within the first minute of the fight. Yeah. Does this fight clear a path for Ryan Garcia versus Shakur Stevenson? And in which weight class do they meet, man? What say the people's champ? What's your prediction?
I don't think that's the fight that's going to get made, but I'll let Lance go first.
Okay. No, I mean, to Nephew's point, I don't want to see it.
Okay. Where does he go? Where do you think? You think he going back to Devin Haney?
That seems like the direction they want to go.
That's the fight that should happen.
Okay.
I think the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight should happen. That
you want to see that again?
Exercise it.
Okay.
Exercise it. I mean, Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia. I mean, if you thought the Shakur Teofimo fight was a drubbing, I don't think Ryan Garcia is in Shakur Stevenson's class.
No, he's not.
I just, it'd just be more shit talk for 6 weeks or 9 weeks or whatever leading up to the fight.
Go ahead, Neff.
I think on top of that, I think because Shakur has come out and said, "I'm not fighting y'all unless we got a rehydration clause." Mm-hmm. So it's like if they not agreeing to that, then it ain't happening. And I don't think at this point Ryan or Devin is trying to agree to that.
Right. So you don't think either one of them wants to go back to 140, in other words?
Right.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking something like that. Because they would have to, because Shakur is the bigger name.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to demand what he wants.
As he should.
With the Devin Haney thing, I'm a little curious about the rematch because I know, that Ryan he tested positive for whatever, and they cleared that loss off of Devin Haney's record. However,
if you saw that,
we can't unsee the fight. And it was not a close fight. And I'm sort of the opinion that Ryan Garcia is probably just a bad matchup for Devin Haney. There's a saying in boxing that you don't hook with a hooker. Pause. but Ryan Garcia likes to throw left hooks, and so does Devin Haney. And Ryan Garcia's left hook is just better than Devin Haney's.
And it looks like he's adding the right on top of that one.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, Mario Barrios ain't no litmus test. So, Mario Barrios is not that good. But I'm just like, if Devin Haney is going to stay true to what Devin Haney does and tries to throw that left hook, he's going to catch a bunch of left hooks again, and it's going to be the same as it was before. He's going to be on his backside because Ryan Garcia's left hook is harder than Devin Haney's left hook. And I don't think it's going to be different just because they had 147. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what the first fight looked like to me. It was like Devin Haney was trying to get his left hook off. And when they both got their left hook off, when Ryan Garcia's connected, Devin Haney went down. When Devin Haney's connected, Ryan Garcia could take it. So, but we'll see. I wasn't really clamoring for that rematch. And but I agree with you. I mean, Shakur would beat either one of them fairly easily. So I'm just wondering what his next move is going to be.
His next move?
Yes, that's and that might be a conversation for another day. But I wonder what his next fight is going to be. Where he goes from where he is now, because I don't know what's left for him at 140. He just cleaned out the 140 champ, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know where it is for him to go from 140. But conversation for another day, man. Let's talk some college basketball.
Well, it's about that time.
Yep. Michigan versus Duke.
1-1-1.
Michigan and Duke, they matched up this past Saturday in a neutral site game. Duke did edge out Michigan in a very entertaining back and forth affair, 68-63. Yaxel Linderborg had 21 points, 7 rebounds. Cam Boozer threw in 18 points and 10 rebounds. And what could be a minimum Final Four matchup. Did you see anything that concerned you as a Michigan fan? That's the first question. Did you see anything that made you optimistic? Or did you just think there was two evenly matched teams and Michigan just got edged out, man? Would say the people's champ.
Well, if this is a potential Final Four matchup, I'm uncomfortable because Elliot Cadeau just seems to not play well against Duke. I'm sorry. Like he just, he just doesn't play well against Duke. So if that trend's going to continue, then we would be in trouble because, outside of that, he plays like one of the better point guards in the nation.
Yes.
We shot the ball. Michigan shot the ball terribly in the second half.
Yep.
Like it was bad. I think
they had a rough stretch.
Yaxel had 16 in the first half, and they kind of cut his water off in the second half, and no one else came with them. To me, with Michigan, they go. I mean, I know, Lundenberg gets a lot of the scoring weight, and and I think the key for them is, can Mara stay out of foul trouble?
Yeah, I wrote that down. Mara's early foul trouble did not help.
I mean, but most games that they kind of struggle in, he just gets ticky-tack fouls because he's so long. It's almost like he's still trying to control his size, his length, but he's highly skilled.
Yeah, he's very good.
But if he can stay out of foul trouble, and I also think that all around their best player is Mo.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they go where Mo goes.
Yep.
He's their most versatile defender. He's their most athletic player. And when he's involved, when he's really engaged on both ends, that's when Michigan's kind of over the top.
Yeah.
So they have to find a way to sustain, his energy at a high level as, March draws closer. And, in big games, our point guards got to show up. You can't make your first three with 6 minutes to go in the damn game,
Yep.
And it would help if, and this ain't just a Michigan thing, it would help if anyone against Duke could get a freaking whistle. That would just be nice. That would be great.
Yeah, you know what, man? You pretty much touched on everything that I wrote down. Mara getting in early foul trouble. I thought the goaltending call was marginal. But it wouldn't surprise me if Michigan won in a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very evenly matched game. I did think Duke's guards played better. I did write that down here. I thought it was that simple. If Mara doesn't get in early foul trouble, if Michigan guards make a couple more shots, then they win.
Mm-hmm.
Or frankly, any combination of the two things happening would probably push Michigan to that win. Those are probably, if not the two best teams in college basketball, two of the best teams in college, two of the few best teams in college basketball, in my humble opinion. But yeah, I mean, it was a great game, and it was everything that I expected.
Site.
And I was about to say, I think that game was much needed for both teams because it's a neutral site this late in the year, so you're getting a taste of what it's going to be like in the tournament.
Yes.
Yep.
Because outside of the Final Four, they pretty much had those conditions. The only difference between the Final Four and the rest of the tournament is that you got to deal with being in that big football stadium.
Yeah.
So the sightlines and everything is kind of different, but just being able to get that little taste of tournament play, and I think it's going to be different from Michigan in the tournament because it's not going to be so much 50-50 in the tournament like it was on Saturday. Because thankfully, with Arizona being as good as they are, they probably going out west is a non-factor at this point, I would say, because I don't see them falling off the one line because going into that game they were the number one overall seed.
Yeah.
So.
What they have to be the number one now in the Midwest region, I think. Now,
right now, if you get they're either going to be number one in the. I mean, it depends on how it all shakes out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I think they don't have to worry about getting put in the West regional and having to go all the way out there to play they Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 games. They could stay more on this side of the country where your fans are going to show up in droves.
Yeah, right.
So you're going to have that going for you. But I I did have a question. Well, Maul had a question in the chat, and it kind of piggyback off of a question that I've been thinking about the past couple of weeks. So, if you're an NBA GM, who are you taking in the draft?
Number one?
No, not between two people.
Okay.
Are you going Peterson or are you going Darius?
We'll say the people's champ.
Man. Am I going Peterson or what's the other choice?
Darius. Acuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Cuff.
You going with Cuff?
Yeah, over Darren Peterson. Yeah, I'm gonna take Cuff.
Man, that's a hard one. Listen, I'm biased to Acuff because he's from here. But I don't know, man. I think Peterson probably got more upside, even though Acuff showing me more now. You know what I'm saying? Like Peterson, he got a lot of odd behavior that is turning me off. You know, quite frankly.
I was just about to.
I don't like all this low managing, and I'm sitting myself out and checking myself out of games. And I'm like, I don't like that behavior in college. You know, like, bro, you're playing 2 20-minute halves, bro, and you're not playing that many games. Like, I'm that turns me off if we got to play an 82 game season.
He subbed himself out of the game for the rest of the game.
Yes, right. What? Yeah,
like, hold on, dog.
Right.
Ma said he doing the most.
Yeah, he's doing too much. Yeah, I'm like, that's turning me off. While I do think like he, like I feel like he got like, like an Ant-Man kind of upside. I'm not saying he's Ant-Man, but I feel like he got an Ant-Man kind of upside. I don't like that behavior. While Acuff is not showing me any red flags, he just balling out.
So what do y'all think of the comparisons that they make in the Cuff towards other Calipari guards?
Right. Yeah, I know. I've heard that.
I don't think he.
I'm not.
I don't think he plays like many of Calipari's.
I've seen people saying he's the best one that's.
Oh no! I mean, if you're talking productivity, I thought you meant like style of play.
No, not style. I'm talking about
bottom line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's right up there.
Yeah.
He's without question. He's right up there. I think to that point, I think his game it will translate well to the next level.
Yeah, he's an elite level scorer. I see. He's got a few things that I like to see him clean up, but that's any college player going to the NBA. The NBA is another level when you're talking about ball security and seeing the basket and
he's got elite body control.
I agree. Yeah, no, I like everything I'm seeing from him. I like Peterson too. I like Peterson's skills and upside. Some of his behavior. Like if I'm going between those two, I would take Acuff because Peterson is just too weird, bro. Like the behavior is weirding me out.
Because if we're talking professional basketball, I have no doubt that at this point that Darius Acuff Jr. will be a better professional basketball player than Peterson right now, just doing the professional stuff.
Yeah, right. Like behavior-wise.
The professional stuff.
I'm not gonna say that I have no doubt though.
Man, I
couldn't say I have no doubt.
I just think Peterson, he scares me, man.
Yeah, but the behavior is turning me off. Yeah,
because
the behavior turns me off.
Because I look at a guy like a job where it's just like, dude, this man is self-sabotaging right now.
No, you're right. No, we have a gambling scandal, bro, where a man checked himself out of a game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like none of that behavior.
And don't get me wrong, Darren Peterson looks like an all-star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like his upside is insane, but I'm just like, no, bro.
He looks like an all-star.
But I don't want nothing weird going on my team, bro.
He could have the brain, of a coked up J.R. Ryder.
Right. That's right.
Right. I don't want that.
I'm okay. All right. What was that your question too, now?
Yeah, that was my question.
Okay. I got one for you, man. And we don't have to get too much in the weeds on this, but looking at the landscape of college basketball, man, you got any sleepers or any pretenders? In other words, any teams that everybody loves that the people's champ you ain't all that high on, and any teams that nobody's talking about that you believe people should keep their eye on, man?
I think the jury is still out on Iowa State.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I think they can break your heart, but then they can get hot.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking the tournament.
Yep. That tournament is a different beast.
Man, if your team can get a rhythm shooting the ball,
yep.
They can look like the Globetrotters.
Yep.
In terms of teams that I think may fizzle out.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, Kansas.
You know what?
I think Kansas may not make it out the first weekend.
You know what? They was number 2 on my list. First, you know what? I don't like Houston. I don't. Every time I see Houston play, it's not jiving. And I think they lost twice this past week, right? Didn't they lose to Arizona and Kansas this past week?
They lost to Cincinnati.
They did.
Kansas lost to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Houston?
I'm talking about Houston. I think Houston lost to Arizona and Kansas.
Houston has lost the last 3. They lost to Iowa State, Arizona, and Kansas.
Yep. I'm like, something about them.
Backsliding.
Yeah, something about them. And they going in the wrong direction at the wrong time. And I'm like, and a lot of people have been high on them all year.
Yeah.
And even when they was high on them, I was like, they give me pretender vibes.
Yeah, because like, a Kelvin Sampson team, they're going to be prepared, and the defense is always going to be elite.
And I like Kelvin Sampson, which is why I had my eye on them. I'm like, I like Kelvin Sampson, and you're right. I like teams because there's no such thing as an off night on defense. That's why I love our Pistons, because I'm like, the defense is going to come to play. Now, other teams can get hot.
Yeah.
And get hot shooting. That's the problem with one game elimination, is that if the other team get hot, even if you're a great defensive team, you could still be out on your ear. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody will come in and make 23s and it's night.
Yeah.
But the NBA is a 4 out of 7. So you know what I'm saying? Like, even if somebody come in and shoot 45% from 3 one game, we'll see you tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You have to do that again.
Yeah, you got to show us that this is the trend.
You got to show me that that's real. But in a 1-game elimination, it can get real hairy. Somebody get
It'll
hot
be a
one
totally
time.
Different team.
Yeah, somebody get hot one time and it's over with.
See Donald Williams.
Yeah, that part. But and then man, I'm always my Spartans, man. Watch out, man.
Well, I mean, one thing about Izzo, they'll make it interesting.
Yeah, we gonna be ready when that tournament comes around, man. Fear the Spartans, baby.
That's one of those teams you can damn near almost always pencil them. If they're not ranked number 1, as long as they ain't a 1 seed, they'll get to the Sweet 16.
Exactly right. Yeah.
You put them some bitches at a 1 seed, you can forget about it.
I almost hate when I see them peaking too early, man. I like when they catch a couple L's. I'm like, there you go. Yep, slide on back to about number 15. Like, I don't need to see you in the top 5 too late, because then I get nervous.
Do you think Arizona cleans it up and make a deep run?
Well, Arizona has been injured, man. They got a lot of injuries, and even some of the guys that are playing are they've been ill and they've been hurt and playing hurt and. So I think if Arizona can get fully healthy, I think Nephew brought it up. Arizona is good when they fully healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
But they've been playing hurt and one of their best guards, I forgot his name. Like, even when he played against Houston, he was sick. He played. He just played ill. He only scored like 4 points. But I think Arizona went fully healthy. I think they the real thing. What you got, Neff?
Before I go full bias.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the team that I think people might be sleeping on is UConn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, UConn is good.
I
hadn't
heard a lot of talk.
Do you sleep on a Danny Hurley coach team though in the tournament?
You shouldn't, but
yeah, real talk.
Compared to the Duke, the Arizona, the Michigan, the Houstons, the Iowa State, I don't hear as much as about UConn as I think you should.
That's fair.
No,
That's
you're
fair.
right. Yeah, they
flying
under the radar.
Past.
Yeah,
like they just smacked up a very hot St. John's team.
Damn, yep, they did.
Yep.
And it's like, I know the Big East ain't the Big East, prime Big East, what we grew up on, but it's still a tough conference at the end of the day.
It is.
So that I think that's one team that people are sleeping on. And then I'm gonna go full bias. Don't sleep on my Bethune-Cookman Wildcats.
Okay. Hey man.
Okay.
Okay. Hey man.
Look, y'all can have the Big Ten tournament, the SEC, the ACC tournament. The only one I care about this year is the SWAT tournament.
Hey,
if my boys go through and win it, hey, I'm a happy man.
Man, these are some of the best weeks in sports coming up, man. I'm telling you, conference tournaments leading into March Madness is like, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It's like crack.
Yeah, I love it, man. Listen, I love it, man. And you know, the product that college basketball is putting out right now is outstanding. You know, I was having a conversation. You know, I was online. You know, I'm in a gazillion basketball groups,
right?
But we were talking about, because over the past few years, you know, they were there's been a big international wave.
Yes.
And now, you know, with this draft, the pendulum is swinging back to the college kids, the American college kids, and even I saw somebody put up I can't remember which year, Zachary Ricochet.
Oh God, what was that? 2024.
Yeah, and Stephon Castle was in that draft, and you know, if you redrafted it now, he would probably be number one.
Yeah, that dude's averaging what, 4 points, dude? Yeah. Good Lord,
he would be number one over Ricochet. But the point of my comment was the product that college basketball is producing right now is really, really good. I mean, it's a really good year for college basketball, and the product that they putting out there, and this draft class coming up, man.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that coming at the beginning of the year, because I know we talked about it off camera early in the year. We was like, this got the potential to be one of the best years in a long time.
Yes.
I'm panned out that way.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the tournament.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, these next couple of weeks about to be all the way live. Gonna be some late nights, but that's all right. I'm game for it.
Yep. So man, that was all I had, man. I think we ran through all our topics.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man. I could go off the cuff because I think I had a couple of more. But I thought, you know, that we would run through the gauntlet with everything that we had. Let me see if I had a couple of off-the-cuff topics for the People's Champ, man.
How y'all feel about Scuba saying he only pitched once in the World Baseball Classic?
Hey, man, listen, Scuba is the Darren Peterson of Major League Baseball.
Hey,
he's worried about his.
Hey, how do y'all feel about the World Baseball Classic? I think it's kind of live. Like the last one was kind of live.
Yeah, go ahead, nephew.
Because I play a lot of MLB The Show, so I'm in the Discord with a bunch of MLB The Show players.
Oh, word? Okay, I didn't know that.
But I think I might have said this on Reddit in a month back, and it was talking about the World Baseball Classic, and I was like, I think that 2006 tournament, the very first one, kind of put the whole tournament in a hole as far as America is concerned, because you look at that first roster, they had A-Rod, they had Jeter, they had Griffey, they had all the names, but
that's the one where they put Ichiro on the map, though.
It was Pooh. They was Pooh.
Yeah.
So I think once they finally won one with that Adam Jones catch and whatnot, I think that's when the momentum started. And then last year's, I think, kind of helped elevated even more. And I think going into this year's, I think it's a lot of excitement around it because not like if you're a fan of baseball and you look at the rosters, you look at the American roster and you like, you got Judge, you got Rowley, you got Bobby Witt Jr., you got Bryce Harper.
Yep.
Like the names is crazy. And then you go to Japan, even though Shohei's not pitching, they still stat. You got Shohei, you got the Seiya Suzuki.
They got the kid that's coming over now.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be
Murakami. And then you got Murakami, who's going to play for the White Sox this year. You got Yamamoto, who just had the best World Series pitching performance since
ever, damn near.
Baumgartner and Randy Johnson. You got that, and then you look at like the Dominican squad. The Dominican squad 1 through 9. It's hard to find an out on the Dominican team right now. So it's
Dominicans, they probably got the best baseball players, man.
Because they eat, sleep, breathe.
Yeah, like I said, the World Baseball Classic, the last few years.
I think this might be the best one.
I'm here for it. That's another one I'm excited for because I just remember distinctively the last one with Bryce and them. They was turned all the way up. I was like, see, this high level baseball is always fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I'm in there.
Like you have a potential semifinal of Japan versus the Dominican Republic,
which is gonna be
insane. That could be a final.
Man, that's insane.
That could be a final, and then whoever wins that is most likely playing the U.S. It's great to have some high leverage baseball this early in the year. And then on top of that, I was watching something earlier today. They was like, man, I was at Yankees camp. Judge looked locked in already.
Okay, that's what's up.
So it's gonna be some great moments. I think we're gonna have over the next month.
And then this will lead into bragging rights, leading into the 2028 LA games too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be live. I'm here for it.
That's what I wanted to hit you with. I'm like, man, Jonathan Kuminga, his first game as a Hawk. Did you see it?
Went buck wild.
27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, plus 16.
17 in the third.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
that was for Steve Kerr.
Yeah. And hot take, man. Him and Jalen Johnson, man, they gonna be something like a Tatum and Brown. Like if they build that roster out correctly, that's gonna be a nasty combo. See, that's what I wanted at the trade deadline, Trajan Langdon. Man, they traded him for a song. They traded him and Buddy Hield, man, for a hurt Kristaps Porzingis.
Which I just can't believe.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about, like, Steph Curry should have went in the front office and hit Mike Dunleavy Jr. with a steel chair upside his head. Like, what the hell is this, dude?
That's what, bro, I've been begging for Kuminga all year. I'm like, bro, if you was going to trade Jaden Ivey for something, I'm like, man, give Ivey and a pick for him. We'd have took Buddy Hield too. Just for good measure.
Just for floor spacing.
And he can really shoot threes.
He shoot them a whole lot better than Kevin Squirter.
Yeah, I'm like, man, like that was the trade. I'm like, man, if they gave him up for basically nothing, they was just looking to get him out of town. I'm like, what is we doing?
Atlanta's gonna be, because you know what too? Atlanta got a war chest of picks too.
Yeah.
And what did Anthony Edwards mean at the All-Star game when he was talking to Jalen Johnson, talking about, I can't wait to come home, dog? And y'all just got Kuminga too. Y'all got all them wings.
That'll be nasty, bro.
Listen here. If Jalen Johnson and Ant-Man,
they would be Tatum and Brown. Like on steroids.
But I might have to get a crib in Atlanta.
Right.
That might be much CT. Because if Atlanta ever get a competitive basketball team, like consistently for some titles,
the city
would
burn.
The
city would burn. The city would burn. Yeah, I'm like, man, I started to put that on the list. when I saw that. Yeah, because you know that was, man. You know I've been begging for that.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, get Jonathan Kuminga here. Get him here because they want him out.
And you know, man, a lot of things in life are incentive based, man. You never know what you can get out of a guy when they're comfortable. You get what I'm saying?
But we kind of did. We kind of knew.
But I mean, Jonathan Kuminga was kind of always playing on eggshells.
Right.
You know,
I'm like, you knew when he got out of there.
But what I want,
when he felt the freedom of being away from Steve Kerr.
But what I want to see is him do some of the things that he may have picked up from an Iguodala and a Draymond for Atlanta. I want to say, I'm rooting for Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah. Like, I want to see him do it for an extended period of time.
Yes, I mean,
like, he is a champion.
Yeah,
I mean, though he won it at a young age, I want to see him be a culture changer for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, as opposed to, because I think playing mad and playing like how you like me now ball will only get you so far.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once that kind of settles and the honeymoon's over, you know, I want to see him.
Yeah, man. No, I think
I'm rooting for Atlanta.
I think Kuminga is like that. I mean, everything that I've seen points to that.
Mm-hmm.
Every indication was that it was personal with Steve Kerr.
I just think it was always, like I said, can we see it consistently? And to your point, I think Steve Kerr had a large role to play in that.
I'm like, everything that we have seen with Steve Kerr.
Man, the 30 for 30 on Steve Kerr is going to be epic.
His development with young players, or lack thereof. Again, and I'm not, again, we'll have some time, because this is a good time of year for sports, so I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about Steve Kerr. We'll get him in some of the dead months where we can really break down his
coaching once again for a spot in the play-in.
Right, yeah. I mean, and this is the thing. I'm like, man, for him to ostracize Jonathan Kuminga needlessly, a guy that could have been playing to help them in a situation where Jimmy Butler is now gone for the season, and you was just DNPing him.
Gui Santos.
Right. Man, and on that note, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in yet again for another week, man. Y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. That's Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. That's Everybody Has One spelled out sports podcast everywhere else. That's Instagram. That's Facebook. That is Twitch. That's TikTok. And that is Threads. Y'all make sure that if there are topics that y'all want to hear, man, y'all hit us in the DM like Jamal just did, man, and we'll hit those topics up for you. And make sure that when y'all hit the YouTube page, man, y'all hit that notification bell. And when you hit that notification bell, make sure you hit all so that you are alerted every single time that we upload new content, every time we post anything. And when we post something, man, make sure y'all watch those videos in their entirety. Make sure you share them on your social media timelines, every single one of them, all those social sites. We appreciate y'all tuning in once again, man. We will be back here next Wednesday, man, around 8:30-ish, man, close as we can get to it. Until then, again, continue to check those social sites, man, and hit us up, man. Continue to engage with the content. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe.
It's about to really get cracking.
Yeah, man. There's going to be a lot of good content, man. We're going to try to check in as much as humanly possible, man. You know, we got lives and other stuff to do, but we try to check in as much as humanly possible and reply to those comments and all of that good stuff, man. So make sure y'all engaging with us. And remember, none of this is possible without the Everybody Has One family. So we appreciate y'all so much. And we do not forget that. So thank y'all again, man. We will see y'all next Wednesday. It's the Everybody Has One podcast. Peace.